What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers draft day is officially over, and now Rob Pelinka can look and focus in on free agency as well as potential trades, right? The Lakers still have a lot of flexibility for potential trades. They still have the 2029 first round pick. They have like a handful of tradable second round picks, and the Lakers got two very good quality draft picks that I really do believe could make an impact. Now, one of the things that I briefly touched on in both of my draft analysis videos, diving into both Jalen and Maxwell, which again, I think could really make an impact on this Lakers roster, but I talked about them being potentially traded still. And I got a lot of comments and I saw a lot of people that seem to have real confusion as to how this works. So I wanted to make a video kind of explaining how the Lakers could and very likely might still trade those draft picks. So for those that are thinking for sure Rob Pelinka is keeping these guys, Rob Pelinka said something that was very interesting. So Rob Pelinka on LA Lakers mentality on draft night, seeking trades or keeping the picks. This is from Dave McMinnon. He said, the end goal is for us to put a championship level product on the court. Sometimes you can't make all of your moves in one fell swoop, but we're really excited about how the draft panned out. Again, very cryptic. You can't really say you have something worked out. Here is why. Because the Lakers, as much as they might like Schifino and Lewis, both are very good players. Both, I think, could have an impact on the Lakers maybe as soon as this year. Maxwell Lewis has good size, 6'7", switchability, could guard multiple positions, could play multiple positions, quality shooter, guy that I think could really make an impact. Jalen Hood Schifino, good size combo guard, kind of reminds me of like a Jamal Murray. Will he ever become a Jamal Murray? Time will tell. But a guy that, again, could make a very immediate impact. Solid defensive, got good size, finishes around the rim well, not really a great shooter, but he can work on that. That's something that can be improved. That's something that can be worked on. Here's the thing, though. Again, not saying that they're going to get traded, but the Lakers could not officially trade their draft picks until the new NBA calendar year, which is July 1st. So July 1st is when the Lakers could officially trade these guys. The Lakers, for all we know, could already have a deal lined up, ready to go, and is finalized, but they cannot submit it and they cannot actually have it go through until the calendar year flips over. Now, a lot of people were waiting for news of the Lakers doing some type of trade, and I touched on this briefly in several videos, right? I probably should have done a full video kind of explaining this so that way people had a better understanding going into the draft. So that's my fault. Maybe this is something I'll touch on in the future, but you got it now. So the reason the Lakers can't trade that draft pick is because you can't trade picks on consecutive years, right? And the Lakers pick next year could be conveyed by the Pelicans. So the Lakers had to draft a guy either way. Adam Silver was not going to get up on that podium and say the Lakers have a trade that will be negotiated or will be finalized later, blah, 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 because legally they cannot have that happen. They can have a spit and a handshake type deal, right? We'll just use the Indiana Pacers, for example, right? The Lakers and the Pacers could have all the talks about Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. There was a lot of rumors about Jalen Suggs and the Orlando Magic. They drafted like 10 point guards in this draft. So all of those things could play a role. The Lakers could have deals for maybe all three of them for all we know, right? They very likely could have spit and handshake type deals, but nothing can be reported or finalized until it is actually official and legal to happen. Now, the hope was that an Adrian Wojnarowski or a Jovan Buha or a Dave McMinnon or somebody would have leaked oh, hey, Lakers have agreed in principle, or the Lakers have had discussions and are closing in, or something along those lines that would have given us some quality optimism. Some oh, okay, so a trade is coming. None of that happened. That doesn't mean that the Lakers aren't working on trades, and it doesn't mean that they're not going to do a trade. Again, they might already have a trade finalized. The Lakers were actively searching for the 17th pick, as well as Malik Beasley and Mo Bamba, working a deal to go and trade those pieces to go, get X, Y, and Z. Now, they also got Jalen, who is a combo guard. So now does that make D'Angelo Russell expendable? Right? Maybe that's why they drafted him. Maybe they have a deal lined up for D'Lo. Right? Maybe they already have a trade for D'Lo. Again, this is all just speculation. I'm not saying they do, but I'm not saying they don't. Nothing will be revealed until the new calendar year, which is July 1st. So the Lakers very likely could have all kinds of things lined up, ready to go. Might have several trades for all we know. They might not have anything. They very well could, by all intent and purposes, be planning to keep those guys. They very well could keep Jalen as well as Maxwell and have them be contributors this upcoming season. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. I don't mind that at all. But it's just something that I want people to understand and be prepared for. Because I don't want to see people fall in love with these prospects and think like, oh, no, a trade is done, yada, yada, yada. And we find out July 1st, boom, Lakers made a trade for whatever, right? That's the thing. So for all we know, the Lakers may have drafted Schifino for let's say, Indiana, right? Very likely could have been the case. Maybe they drafted Maxwell for Indiana. Indiana was looking for a small forward type player. Well, they got two guys that could potentially play small forward. They got another combo guard that very well could play alongside Halliburton, right? Like, I'm not, again, not saying that this is the case. Just want to specify that because I know I'm going to get comments from people that are like, does it, da, 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 da. No, I'm just trying to inform you of how this works because it's not the way that a lot of people in the comments were thinking it did. Or I got a lot of questions about like, oh, like why didn't we hear about a trade? And it was like, if you were watching videos, I've touched on that because the Lakers couldn't trade this pick until it was conveyed. They may have went, because people wanted, why didn't the Lakers get this guy? Why didn't the Lakers get that guy? The Lakers should have drafted him. Like, oh, this guy fell. You should have picked him. The Lakers very well might have wanted to pick some of those guys. But, again, just using Indiana as an example, let's say Indiana was like, we're going to trade you Buddy Hield to Miles Turner, or just Buddy Hield, or just Miles Turner, whatever, but we want you to draft X player. We want you to draft Jalen. We want you to draft Maxwell. And those guys could have been drafted for the Lakers to then come July 1st or after that. It doesn't have to be the 1st. It could be the 3rd. It could be the 5th. It could be whatever. They could still be working on the ins and outs. Okay, we drafted your guys, right? We drafted the two guys that you wanted. Let's finalize this deal, get it kind of worked out between now and then come July 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10th, whatever, right? It's a long off season. Nothing has to happen immediately. But these are two guys it's a win-win for the Lakers. Lakers got two guys that could be very impactful and could be quality pieces for the future. And also in the same breath, be very valuable trade chips to a team that values those guys as well. Maxwell was a guy that was on most people's boards and on most mock drafts was a first round pick. He was a guy that was supposed to be taken in the first round. Lakers got him at 40. And then same thing with Jalen. He's a guy that was in the top 10 in a lot of mock drafts and big boards and stuff like that. 10 to the 15 range. And the Lakers got him at 17. So those are two quality guys that may have been in the top 10 in a different type of draft. The draft was so deep, so talented, so many guys that could help now, so many guys that have potential for the future. This is all things that the Lakers were able to take into account and acquire. And it's like, okay, well, we have this spit in a handshake type deal, but if it falls through, we still really like Jalen. We still really like Maxwell. Boom. It's a win-win, right? If it falls through or something bad happens or whatever, we still got two guys that we're comfortable with, that we really like, that we worked out, and they also like them as well. Like, that's something to keep in mind, right? And I just wanted to relay this to people so people have a proper understanding. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What did you think? What do you think about this? Were you aware of this? Were you not? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comment section below.